Hello and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. Recording this Tuesday, December the 13th, 7:30 in the morning. And just when you think things couldn't get any crazier than they do. Well, I say crazy. It's just we haven't had much over the past several months, just a little bit here and there. But this is going to be one of those wow storms that we do get. I mean, we've had these before in Arkansas. I remember them vividly, where you get very strong Arctic boundaries in the state and you can have severe weather in one end of the state and it could be snowing, there I said it, in the other end of the state. We've had these before. And I've seen stronger than this before, as a matter of fact. But this is just one of those things that's going to catch your attention, I promise you. New data on this Tuesday morning, and I want to share it with you. The first thing, EuroWX.com. That's going to be our first stop on this crazy trip. Saturday morning, again, Friday, just to reiterate, I would not be a bit surprised if on Friday morning or early afternoon, someplace in the mountains of northern or maybe western Arkansas start off as a little sleet or freezing rain briefly, and then changed over to all rain. That's Friday. But again, that does not appear to be a big deal because the warm air is rushing in. Now the GFS, I'm using the Euro obviously from EuroWX.com, but the GFS is temperatures on Saturday going up to 81 degrees. I'd have to check the records, but it'd be awfully close. We're not forecasting that at that time, at this time, but when you're dealing with, this is Saturday morning, when you're dealing with temperatures near 70 degrees, according to the European, at 6 a.m. in the morning, let's just look at the temperatures that night at 6 p.m. Look how they rise. They rise overnight. So this is at 6 p.m. Friday, 48 degrees, and then up to 68 degrees. Just a huge jump in temperature overnight. Warm air floods into the state. Here comes the Arctic boundary. Look at this. This is just, if you are a weather geek like me, you're in awe over this. This is what weather geeks draw up in their minds when they think of strong Arctic cold fronts. It's just what we do. And you know what I'm talking about. All right. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold going on here. 20s north, 30s. Teens in Oklahoma, these are what it's projecting for forecast temperatures. This is 120 hours out, so of course there will be errors. Single digits for temperatures in the Oklahoma Panhandle. That black dashed line is the freezing line. So you have the cold air, according to this, from near Mena to near Heber Springs in the northeastern Arkansas. The flaw, the error, if there is one with the models, that the cold air comes in faster. That's just what Arctic air does. That's the nature. 9 out of 10 times I've seen that Arctic air come in a lot faster. We'll see. 70s, low 70s north or southern Arkansas, 20s northern Arkansas. This is what I'm talking about. Huge temperature contrast, 20s to 70s. Where this front ends up at 6 p.m., I would just guess that it would be more in here. If it's faster, it's not faster by a lot. All right. Now, here we go. Sunday morning, it's fast moving, like I said. So Sunday morning, the front's way off. Temperatures are in the 20s across much of the state, but yes, we have single digits and teens across the Northwest. I know you're asking about snow. I'll get to that in just a little bit, So this is 6 p.m. on Sunday, temperatures in the teens, north 20s. I mean, this is some brutal Arctic air. We have seen colder. But this is going to get your attention, I promise you. Very important that we go through CAPE values, convective available potential energy. This is the fuel, as I told you in yesterday's blog video. This is the fuel, like the gasoline that powers your car. This is the gasoline that powers thunderstorms. And when you see these blue areas especially, that's when you start saying, pay attention, get thunderstorms. And then when you start seeing the green areas, you're thinking, okay, things could get a little rough. And this is at 12Z. This is 6 a.m. on Saturday. The front's still off towards our north, but then we're going to watch. This is the time period to watch. Saturday afternoon. And this is the area of the state. The Storm Prediction Center has already outlined much of this area of Arkansas, southward like that. So southeastern Arkansas, maybe a little bit more north than that, for at least some risk for severe weather. What modes of severe weather are we talking about? Too early to tell. But it's got CAPE values, convective available potential energy, and this is measured in joules per kilogram approaching 2,000, which could get things out of hand. So that's something to watch. But again, it quickly moves away. So it's a brief window of severe weather. What about snow on the back side of this? Now remember, this is just a computer model. We have seen these have flaws before, but it is showing a changeover behind the system. And maybe the northern 2 rows of counties may come in with a little bit of holiday spirit. Would that be the right way of putting it? All right, now the other facet to this storm system, it's going to be the wind chill values. And this is from the GFSweatherbell.com. You can see as well with this the frontal boundary location when you look at the wind chills. This is, again, it says 0Z. This is Zulu time, Sunday, Universal Time. So this is at 6 Central Standard Time. This is, you convert that to 6 p.m. Saturday. So there's the front. Wind chills in the teens, air temperatures most likely in the at least near 70 in southeastern Arkansas. This is where things get interesting. Sunday morning. This is 6 a.m. Sunday morning. We have teens in the mid-teens for wind chills, which we've had this year already. We've had that this season. But the wind chill values in northern Arkansas possibly going a little bit below 0. So if that were to happen, then you'd have to worry about possibly wind chill advisories. So yes. So within 24 hours, you could have maybe some severe thunderstorm watches and warnings. You could have maybe a winter weather advisory. You could have a wind chill advisory, all in Arkansas. Never say never to Arkansas weather. Thank you so much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.